a main event match is made for WrestleMania. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. And a big welcome to those of you listening on OccupyProWrestling.com. You can bring our updates to your website. Find out how at JustProWrestlingNews.com.
WWE.
Royal Rumble winner Brock Lesnar announced that he will face Universal Champion Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And Lesnar wants that match to be title versus title. The only problem, Lesnar doesn't have a title right now. But Lesnar will be one of 5 men challenging Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber later this month. Lesnar was added to the match on last night's Raw after Lashley refused to give him his title rematch last night. Lashley will defend the WWE title in the Chamber against Lesnar, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Riddle, and Otis Theory. Rollins said he was given a spot in the match after his DQ win over Roman Reigns at the Rumble. The rest of the field, they had to win qualifying matches last night. Styles beat Rey Mysterio, Riddle beat Otis, and Theory beat Kevin Owens. Another title match is already set for the Chamber pay-per-view. Lita will challenge Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. She made a surprise appearance at the end of last night's Raw after a brief verbal sparring session between Lynch and Ronda Rousey. WWE is promoting that Rousey, the winner of the Women's Rumble, will make her WrestleMania decision on Friday's SmackDown. Getting back to last night's Raw, Rhea Ripley pinned Nikki ASH with the Riptide. The Miz beat Dominic Mysterio. Bianca Belair pinned one half of the women's tag champs Carmella with the KOD. And Cincinnati native Angelo Dawkins won in his hometown. He beat Dolph Ziggler. Kurt Angle announced on his podcast that he will be returning to WWE within, quote, the next month or so, end quote. Tonight's NXT has Raquel Gonzalez versus Cora Jade, plus NXT champion Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa teaming up to face Legado del Fantasma, and Roderick Strong and the Creed brothers versus Imperium.
AEW.
Tonight's Dark has Joey Janela versus Lee Moriarty, plus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal versus Bear Country. On last night's Dark Elevation, Martin Sydal and Moriarty teamed up to beat the Factory's Aaron Solo, Nick Camarado, and QT Marshall. Martin pinned Solo. This week's episode of NWA Power premieres tonight on Fight TV. Trevor Murdoch will defend the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Mike Knox, plus Sal Rinauro versus Scion in a no disqualification match, and JTG and Dirty Dango versus Rush Freeman and Captain Yuma. The NWA will hold its Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament in Nashville, Tennessee on March 19th and 20th. The shows will air on pay-per-view. The Briscoes are among the teams already announced for the tournament.
Ring of Honor.
Speaking of the Briscoes, they are the first inductees in the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. X-Pac, Sean Waltman, is returning to the ring. He'll tag with Joey Janela to take on Matt Cardona and Brian Myers at GCW's show in Los Angeles on Friday, February 25th. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8 will be part of WrestleMania week. It'll be held on Thursday, March 31st at Fair Park in Dallas. Leo Rush says he suffered a dislocation of his left shoulder during a match against Buddy Matthews in PWG's Battle of Los Angeles tournament over the weekend.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
And the stars of New Japan Strong will run a show in the Chicagoland area on Saturday, April 16th. That is Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, February 1st. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.